guys, welcome to another episode of Streaming Safari here at the Lion Habitat Ranch. As always, I'd like to thank you guys if you've been able to donate to us, come out to see us, which is my favorite way to donate. You can always come visit us from Thursday through Monday. We're now on our winter hours, so you can come in starting at 11 and then you can stay till 3 o'clock. Our last call is at 2 just to make sure you guys get to see the entire ranch, see all of our animals, see Aussie paint. And if you're interested in starting to think about those holiday gifts, Ozzy's painting and all of his other artwork always makes great Christmas presents. So go check out the website. You can get your own custom Ozzy paintings. You can come to the ranch, paint with Ozzy. Super cool stuff to do. All the links for donating and all of that fun stuff are right down below, so please check it out. We are on Saturday, so tomorrow is going to be our last day of Boo at the Zoo. So if you want to come see us for our spooky Boo at the Zoo, my spooky ghost up here, hi buddy. If you want to come out for Boo at the Zoo, please come visit us tomorrow. We will probably still have decorations up on Monday as well, and we're open from 11 to 3. Tomorrow we will be having a costume contest at noon at Ozzy. He'll judge your costume. He's very good at that. And we'll have candy all over the property for you guys to get for Halloween. And what else? What am I missing? Scavenger hunt about extinct species, I believe. Is that right? Extinction and conservation, which are, of course, important messages we want you all to learn about. So come down, do the scavenger hunt, get yourself a free temporary tattoo, get some candy, come join the costume contest, and do all that fun stuff with us. Our lions are going to be getting some more pumpkins. We've got a whole shelf full of them, so lots of pumpkins tomorrow. Okay, come see us. And then one more thing to tell you guys about. We are doing our very first ever wine and paint with Ozzy on November 24th, which is the Friday after Thanksgiving. So cover little ones' ears. If you want a day away from your little ones, maybe come and see us for wine and paint after you spend Thanksgiving with your family. It'll be at 3:30, so you'll actually have access to the ranch after we close for our normal hours. You guys will be able to paint, and then when the sun goes down, when it starts setting, I will actually be able to check out the property and see all of our lions and all that cool stuff, and check that out on our website. Okay, now let's get to the point. We're going to be talking today about our very last, probably spooky themed streaming safari of the year, because unfortunately October is going to be over and Halloween is on Tuesday, which makes me very sad, but it'll be fine. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is something that our keepers actually found at the ranch a couple weeks ago. This is an owl pellet, and I'll take it out of the bag and we'll look at it in just a second. But first I wanted to tell you that there are actually owls in the area. So the two most common owls that you might see in the Las Vegas area, as well as anywhere else in the United States, are going to be the great horned owl and the barn owl. Now, great horned owls are those owls that you know for making that really distinct hooting sound, whereas barn owls actually are the ones that make more of a screeching noise. And there is a number of different other types of owls around, so this could have come from a couple different types of owls. I actually haven't seen an owl on the property. Do you know what kind of owl we have here?
Caitlin saw it, it almost flew at her face.
We don't know what kind of owl it was. Well, if we find out, we will tell you guys. Considering the size of this owl pellet, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a great horned owl because it's a pretty big pellet. Those guys, they can have wingspans of about 3 to 5 feet, whereas the barn owls are going to be a little smaller. The barn owls are only going to weigh a little over a pound. So those guys are pretty small. And then you might actually even see some owls in the area that are out during the day. There's one called a short-eared owl that actually comes out on hunts during the day. But most of these guys are going to be eating small mammals. And these owls, just like all other birds, they don't have any teeth. So how are they going to be able to chew stuff or not swallow bones? Well, they actually swallow stuff whole a lot of the time. And they'll swallow bones. And so fly is attacking me. They have something special in their throat called a gizzard, and that helps to sort out what stuff is edible and what stuff's not. And the stuff that's not, they're up. So this little guy,
okay, it was reconnecting.
coughing up some stuff that it couldn't digest. And that's actually really neat because this isn't, you know, stinky or anything like poop might be. So it's actually kind of okay to play with. And you can break it apart and actually see what the owl was eating. So we're going to find a lot of things like hair, bones, and maybe even some feathers if that owl decided to eat some small birds. So I'm going to break it up a little bit. We do have lots of small birds around here. So I actually saw something really cool. This is a scapula, guys. I don't know what it's a scapula from, but it looks like a scapula to me. I don't know if I open it up. Maybe it's not quite what I was thinking it was. Oh, no, it's a jaw. What? I thought this was a scapula, but look, it's a little tiny jawbone. And you can actually see the little teeth. And we talked about dentition a couple weeks ago, so we could actually see that this is actually probably from a rat. So you can see this is the lower jaw, and then its little teeth are all in there. And so you can pick this apart and see all of the different kinds of bones, see if you can identify them. Right before I pulled that one out, I did think it was a scapula, so that's probably a leg bone from somebody. And you can measure these, and based on your measurements, you might be able to tell if it came from a rat or a rabbit or a bird. And you can just break this all apart and find all kinds of fun stuff. Like here, look at that. I don't know what that is. It looks like it might be part of a bug. What do you think about that, Denise? It's yellow.
I don't know what that is.
It kind of looks exoskeleton-y to me.
Yes.
So it could be part of a bug. You might even find things in here like foreign materials, like if they accidentally eat something like plastic, they'll cough it back up. Of course, pick up all your trash so that doesn't happen to your local animals. But you're going to find all kinds of cool stuff. The more I break it apart, the more tiny bones I find, larger bones. That was so cool that we found a whole jawbone in there. I'm finding a lot of leg bones. And you're going to find somewhere between 4 and maybe 5 or 6 different types of animals in here. Because these guys are going to eat, and then about 6 hours later, they're going to cough up 1 to 2 of these. And look, I'm not sure what this is either. It looks also like the exoskeleton of some kind of bug. It's really hard, and that might be because it did digest the edible part of this little bug. And then it left this little exoskeleton for us. That's pretty neat. And you can just find these. We actually found this out by our fountain area. And if you come across them, just be nice and careful. There might be things that are sharp and pokey in here, so I did bring some scissors to break it apart as well. One of the other really good tools to use with these are just some tweezers. But yeah, you'll find all kinds of interesting stuff in here. There's another bone. Maybe a humerus. That actually looks like that might be a femur. And you can also base it on, look up pictures and see what different bones look like. And you can tell by the ends of these little like leg bones the direction that the bone is facing. It's really hard with these teeny tiny ones, but you can try to compare them and see if you can figure out where they would fit into a socket. Like for example, this end here I think fits into a hip socket nice. So this looks like a leg bone to me. And so you can find all kinds of fun, cool stuff in here. I think that jaw was the coolest thing we're going to find. Let's see. You see anything else fun in there? And a lot of this fluff is probably fur. And you can see as I kind of pull it apart that it's nice and fluffy. And so that's definitely the fur from all these rats and little rodents that this guy has been eating. And then see if you can find something cool. I think in this owl pellet, this is our coolest find. That little jaw we can take a look at again. So if you find one of these, feel free to pick it apart. You're picking up, I don't know, I think a lot of people think that something that a bird coughed up is probably kind of yucky, but I think it's a little better than digging through something's poop, and you're going to find some things that are pretty cool in there. Denise is kind of shaking her head. She's not sure. She's not sure if she likes owl pellets or not. But I hope you guys can come across one of these at some point. You can actually even order them online just to look at them and see what you find inside of them and practice your dissecting skills. Thanks, guys.